Welcome back to Mind Coliseum. It's been a little while, but I've been working on more ideas to speak with you about, more topics that I know, more subjects that I know that they're quite subtle, but a lot of us are facing them. They're very subtle, they're not as obvious. They're quiet, they're quiet, they're quiet. They're in the mind. We are aware of them, but they're quiet. And that is wanting our challenges to be smaller, wanting our challenges to be less powerful, not as tough, you know? Instead of wanting to be bigger than our challenges, we oftentimes desire, sometimes secretly, usually secretly, we want our challenges to be smaller, not as challenging, not as tough or powerful, not as destructive, you know? Because it's tough, it's not easy. So oftentimes we're secretly wishing it wasn't as big, it wasn't as tough, you know? If only it was lighter, the load was lighter. If only, then I could do it. Instead of thinking, you know what? I'm gonna become better, stronger, faster, smarter, more intelligent, more brave, more courageous, more put together. You know? Maybe you need to be more aware, more punctual, more observant. Instead of thinking, I wish the situation wasn't as stressful, wasn't as challenging, wasn't as demanding. Instead of thinking, I need to be better so I could handle the workload. We oftentimes want it to be easier. You know? It's just a little tweak in thinking from I want my challenges to be smaller to I want to be bigger than whatever level of challenges come my way. That's more productive. And you're better prepared. Because if you're always wishing for your challenges to be smaller, the thing is they won't always be smaller. It's just wishful thinking. So if you're now used to smaller challenges because you're always wishing for them, meaning you're going to always just seek out those little challenges. Unconsciously, that's what you're going to seek out because that's what you really want. That might work for a while. It might even work for quite a long time, but there's going to be a time when you're going to surprisingly, out of nowhere, come across a bigger, tougher, badder challenge and you're going to get crushed. You're going to get crushed. You will get crushed. Unless, of course, you are training yourself so that you can handle the bigger, tougher workload, the harder challenges. Train yourself to be ready for them because they are coming. They're right around the corner. And this sort of ties into a little bit about self-belief, right? Self-confidence. Because instead of thinking, right? Because oftentimes we hear about not everybody can be great. Not everybody can be successful or is gonna be successful. Not everybody is gonna be the millionaire or the billionaire. Not everybody is gonna be the king. Not everybody is gonna be the master. Not everybody is gonna be at the top. Not everybody's gonna be the boss. We've heard that so many times, and there's truth in that. It's true. We can't all be successful, right? We can't all be successful. However, this ties into what I spoke with you about some seconds ago, and self-esteem and self-confidence. It ties into it because A lot of people will have heard me just now say we can't all be successful, right? Or be the boss, or be the king, or be the master. However, ask yourself, when I said that, do you think to yourself, we can't all be the boss anyway, so I'm not gonna bother? Are you part of the people that thought like that? Or are you part of the people that thought, we can't all be the boss, but I'm gonna be the boss. We can't all be the king, but I'm gonna be the king. We can't all be successful, but I'm gonna be successful. That will let you know where you are in your life, and in a way it ties into how productive you are. Are you lazy or not lazy? Because if you thought, okay, we can't all be the boss, but I'm gonna be the boss, that means you're probably not lazy. Because you're like, I'm gonna take action so I can be the boss, because I want to be one of the bosses. When there's a lot of bosses, I want to be one of them. We can't all be, but I want to be part of the people who will be successful or be the boss. That means you're proactive and you're productive. You're not lazy. But if you were one of the people that said to themselves inside, if you were one of the people that want to go quiet into the night and not put up a fight, then you know, not only are you lacking in motivation, in inspiration, but you're lacking in having a dream, having a goal, a mindset that helps you achieve those goals. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want out of life? Because you cannot sit there, listen to me and say in your heart, you want to be successful. But when you hear someone say, we can't all be the boss, you're like, why bother anyway? We can't all be the boss. You can't think like that in your heart and say you want to be successful. So this ties into another thing, and I didn't plan this, I promise, but it just comes, it ties into another thing. What this further ties into is when you listen to motivational videos or music or songs, or you read inspirational quotes, does it make you think and feel, I just can't do this? Or does it uplift you and encourage you? Because your answer to this question will let you know how truly, truly deep you are, opposed to you wanting to be lifted up. How truly, truly deeply down at the bottom you are in terms of how you see yourself compared to how you know you need to be. Because if you don't have the belief that you can actually carry out your plans, then it doesn't matter what your plans are. You need to believe they can happen. That way, when you get setbacks, you can actually keep going because you believe that you will make it. How you feel when you listen to motivational, inspirational speeches like mine will let you know how truly, truly deep down you feel about yourself. If you're at the bottom or if you're at the top, you need to see yourself as someone who is at the top. You need to see yourself like that. Otherwise, you can't reach it. If you can't see it, how can you even hope to get there? You've got to see it in your mind, in your heart. You've got to believe it's possible. When you listen to these speeches, your feelings towards them, your thinking towards them will let you know, are you truly, truly deep down in the dirt with how you see yourself? Or do you see yourself in a higher, stronger, better position as someone who is capable of achieving the things you know you want to achieve? The things you've sacrificed for. It's now time to sacrifice negative beliefs for the positive beliefs, because sometimes we sacrifice so much, but we still don't believe we can do it. We give our time, our energy, we slave away for that dream, but deep down we don't believe we can achieve it. It's time to change that. Stay tuned for more of my episodes and self-help guides and motivation. Like, comment, subscribe so you're updated, and stay tuned for my next videos.